Good morning, Internet, and welcome to This Tomb of Ours, a game about archaeologists who get trapped in a tomb. Anyway, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. It started a few weeks ago. I'd almost convinced myself the nightmares had fully loosened their grip, that I might be able to pretend to move on, to begin living my life again. Then the first missing person reports started circulating in the news. Not that such things are not at all common these days, but the location stuck out to me. An old chapel about an hour outside of a college town, with an extensive terrain mausoleum, an incredible piece of history, only abandoned within the last 2 years after a terrible accident. The accident that claimed the life of my childhood best friend Catherine Fain and our colleagues Lennart Dynor and Thomas Legery, leaving myself as the only survivor. My name is Aaron Hauser, a PhD student in archaeology, and one of my university's brightest and rising stars, until everything literally came crashing down. If you're reading these notes, I'm almost certainly dead. But I have to go here. I have to go there. I have to find out what is happening at the chapel and why people have been disappearing. I won't be able to live with myself otherwise. Not that I've been doing a very good job of that to this point. I will do my best to record the events of my journey for posterity so that others investigating the place, if I've failed, might learn from my mistakes. You were just sitting in the pew? Alright. The door seems to be locked. Not sure how a visitor found the key, but I may as well look around. Unfortunately, the lock appears to be too damaged to pick. I can break the door down if I have to, but even if it's abandoned and possibly haunted, I can't just go around breaking historical sites if there are other options. There's a secret compartment here somewhere that used to hold the citrine ring, but Thomas was the one that figured out how to open it, and his notes were buried with him. I'll have to find out another way into the mausoleum, or figure out a way to open it myself. Something seems to be preventing you from opening this door. No glass noises when I step on the glass. A massive and highly detailed statue of an angel. The text at the statue's base translate to Arakiel, Angel of Love. It is dark in here. It is real dark in here. Where am I? There we go. Somebody's been raking up the leaves that have blown through the broken wall. A concerned citizen? I doubt the city would bother paying someone to do it. When the cave-in occurred, this room collapsed as well. The shaft they dug to try to rescue the trapped researchers was filled in afterwards, but for some reason the door feels wrong. As I reach for the doorknob, dread wraps around my heart like icy claws, every fiber of my being telling me not to go into this room. But with the rope I brought, if the shaft has collapsed again, it could be the most direct way down into the catacombs where Kat's body should be. And just a certain as the feeling that this room is dangerous, this sinking feeling, I will eventually have to confront anyway. Open the door? Yeah, open it. Seems smaller than I remember. Not that I remember it very well, admittedly. I was fairly delirious at the time. I suppose the caverns underneath must still be fairly unstable. Not a good sign considering my goal, but I cannot turn back now. Pick up the key. There's a key on the floor. Well, this is obvious. This is obviously bait. Probably need the key, though. Nothing to do but spring the trap. Oh, shit. Well. Wait a minute. How? Okay. That was weird. Okay. Open the door. Seems smaller than I remember. Not that I remember it well, admittedly. Alright, now I know not to go to the... Now I know that I need to run the moment I pick up the key. Oh shit. You can't take me! That was unexpected. You can't take me! Nothing about that was natural. I've seen my fair share of cave-ins and collapses. That was something else. I knew deep down, even before the first missing person, ever since that day when the tomb took my friends. There's something here in this tomb. Something I can't explain. Something that's luring people here to kill them, and clearly wants to do the same to me. Save! Why would anyone rake piles of leaves into a doorway? Could just shove through it with my hands, but who knows what surprises might be hiding inside. Whoever was doing this clearly didn't finish. Maybe they left a rake lying around? Yeah. Right here. Their rake. As expected. Honestly, if you're going to come out here to this godforsaken place to rake leaves, you should at least finish the job. Well, this leaf pile isn't going to rake itself. Rake. The moment I finish that sentence, I turn towards the door. A freezing weight snaps around my ankle like a vice. Immediately, I try to move, but my body is frozen. I can't even move my eyes to look at what has grabbed me. The leaves rustle slowly as something within the pile shifts before something else grips my other leg. This one moves much slower, cupping my ankle in its palm before slowly closing one finger at a time. The urge to scream builds in my heart, beating a mile a minute. But no sound can escape my throat. The grip tightens and then slowly begins to pull, not enough to move me, even in my frozen state, but the message is clear. At any moment, this thing could drag me into the leaves, and I can do nothing to stop it. Without warning, a voice whispers directly in my ear, "Leave." One of the hands lets go before slowly sliding its fingertips up my calf. Then it spanks me, breaking whatever hold it had on me, sending me careening forward to the door. I whirl around just in time to see a achingly familiar hand vanish back in the leaf pile. Raking into the pile reveals nothing. As I thought, the hands were never there. What happened has left not a single trace to identify it by. Going back in. No butt spanking. No booty spanking ghosts can scare me. Oh, wait. This is one of those things where I have to equip the flashlight. Equipped now. Item. Key items. Now. Map items. Flashlight. Use flashlight. Yee. Nice. UV lamp probably wouldn't be as useful for lighting as my current flashlight, but if it's been left lying around here, it must be for a reason. Loose collection of papers from a notebook written in Thomas's distinct, messy shorthand. However they got up here, perhaps they hold some clues to finding a way forward. Desert expedition begins tomorrow. Plan to head north 3 clicks to observe the terrain. Leonard unavailable for cooking duty, busy writing his insufferable girlfriend. Cat volunteered. When the light of the heavens shines upon the angel, the way forward shall be revealed. Text appears to refer to a trio of angels believed to be the guardians of a miniature world. Fascinating. Progress steady. Aaron caving with Lennart. Thinks we're getting close. Cat shopping at jewelry store. Save. Shelf filled with unusually pristine books. Nothing I expect to find at a church either. A lot of manga, a few old video game strategy guides, some university textbooks. There's also a single Bible with dog-eared pages scattered throughout. It addressed to a Cheryl Gauthier and appears older, a bit more worn than the other books are. None of this was here before, of course. There's a thin layer of dust indicating the books haven't been touched for a few weeks. But no more than that. These can't even have been more than a month, if that. Empty wardrobe, perhaps part of the office. That makes most sense, as somebody would have retrieved the staff's belongings after the disaster. Dresser filled with various makeup products, some jewelry. None of the former have ever been used. A bit odd, since I don't believe this was a female pastor here before the place was abandoned. Dishes and kitchen utensils, nothing out of the ordinary, since a few people did live here before the place was abandoned, but I expect to find them in the kitchen on the other side of the building. A well-worn teddy bear with a few stitches and patches across the body. Whoever owned this bear took great care of it for many years. An ordinary bed made up of precision drilled into the inhabitant at a young age. Not something I could see the rescuers or any visitors bothering with. I'm guessing that's all I can find here. Something seems to be preventing you from opening this door. Okay, I'm going back this way then. Door seems to have been locked. Not sure how the visitor found the key. Even if it's abandoned, possibly haunted. Can't go around breaking and entering if I don't have to. Not gonna make commentary on the giant emerald ring. Well, this is the spot where I'd insert the key ring, but I need the matching citrine ring. This one matches the crystal in the caverns below where Cat died. Kept a hold of it ever since then, though I'm honestly not quite sure how it ended up in my possession in the first place. Perhaps one of the rescuers found it before determined that retrieving Cat's body would be too dangerous. Okay, so I need a citron ring for that one. Save. Something on the other side is blocking the door from opening. Something seems to be preventing you from opening this door. Embarrassingly, you almost slip and fall the moment you step into the room. A thin layer of oil, grease coats the floor, presumably spilled from a damaged container somewhere in this room. Thankfully, my shoes have enough traction for even the floor. Sliding all around this place in the dark would be quite annoying. Another jar used to hold oil, although this one's empty beyond a thin layer of residue. What remains of a support pillar, presumably installed in this room because of this room's unusual size. Doesn't appear as though the ceiling is in danger of falling anytime soon, but probably shouldn't press my luck. This appears to be where the oil all over the floor came from. Doesn't look like a natural leak, though. Somebody shattered this, but for what purpose? A large heavy pickaxe, presumably used to widen this gap between the wall to access the room above. No need of it, but I suppose I should remember where it is, just in case. Box of various dried and salted foodstuffs, shockingly well preserved considering how long this place has been abandoned. An empty and partially destroyed box definitely would crumble if I rammed into it with any speed. Actually, on further inspection, it appears to be a letter in the bottom. Hey babe, how's it going down there in those dusty old tombs? I've been counting the days until you'll come and visit. Only 57 days to go. bit unusual for a statue to be stored in the food storage area, but it was here before we came the first time. Thomas estimated it was moved here almost 400 years ago. Food that somebody prepared some time ago. It appears to be composed of dried preserves from the storeroom behind me, although they've now long since rotted. An ordinary kitchen notice is posted on the wall detailing what to prepare for the church luncheon the next day, but on the back, is this written on a missing person report? I have so many questions. A bunch of heavy boxes have been dragged up against the door. There's a faint oil trails on the floor indicating they probably came from the previous room. A completely unused candle just lying on the counter. Pieces of the support pillar lay crumbled in a semi-neat pile. Okay, I'm assuming that that's all that's in these two rooms. Go this way. Okay, so that's it for that. Secret compartment used to hold a citron ring. Thomas was the one that figured out how to open it. Notes were buried with him. I'll have to figure out another way. So, assuming his notes... Tomorrow, Leonard volunteered. When the light of the heavens shine upon this angel, the way forward shall be revealed. Text appears to refer to a trio of angels. Progress steady. Okay, so to get the ring box open, moon shines overhead through what used to be a window in the roof. It was intact the last time, if I remember correctly, but something's obviously broken it since then. So I need to get light to shine through that. After weeks of teasing, I finally worked up the courage to come visit the place. It's just as terrifying as I imagined it would be. Nothing supernatural, it is actually going to happen, but at the same time it feels like I've walked into a horror game. I can picture now, shift to run, S to view message log, Z to confirm, X to cancel, A to use items, that sort of thing. Not that I'd bother with any of that, of course, since I could just rebind the keys from the option menu. I just want to get this stupid dare over with. Wow, very meta way of the controls. Not gonna lie. Okay. So I've already been through here. There's nothing else I can glean from over here. And I've gone to the other side, and the only door that was open had the candle. So I can only assume... Massive, highly detailed statue of an angel. Text says Angel of Love. Hold on. Would this go upstairs? Something seems to be preventing you from opening... Statue of an angel smaller than the one in the center of the room. The writing on the base of it has been worn away, so I can only guess which sister this statue is supposed to represent. Statue of an angel smaller than this one. Let's see. Can I get you guys to hold the candle? I can use my flashlight. Spare batteries last a lot longer than spare candles. No, can't go outside. Can't go outside, but do have candles. Can't use the candles because of the flashlight. But I need to have light shine down on the angel statue. Oil remains pulled at the edges of this large crack in the room. Nothing supernatural. They're all angled, so the oil naturally flowed from the edges. Of course, with how many there are, the fact itself is quite unusual. Can I use the candle here? Item. Candle use. No? Okay. Empty box. Would this even be heavy enough to stop me sliding towards it? Item. UV lamp. Interesting. So, whoa, okay. Help. Okay, this is why the UV lamp was here, because if I were to go back to flashlight, the help is not there. Okay, time to start looking around with the UV light. Bit unusual for a statue to be stored here. There's nothing at his feet? I swear there's something at his feet. Can't push it. Something on the other side is blocking. Nothing here with the UV lamp. No need to go back there. Okay. Wait, but this was also a dark room. Whoa, okay. An ordinary bed stained with dried blood and partially partially moth-eaten. Well-worn teddy bear with a few stitches and patches across the body. Whoever owned this bear took great care of it for many years. Stained with blood very recently, but otherwise well-maintained. An empty wardrobe, perhaps part of the office, makes most sense. Somebody would have retrieved the staff's belongings after the disaster and now looks dilapidated as it should have before. Dresser stained with blood. Drawers are filled with empty makeup products, many of which appear to have been misprinted or smudged somehow. Looks like a few pieces of jewelry, all citrine, emeralds, or amethysts. By process of elimination, the amethyst theoretically matches the crystal on the third statue of the tomb's hidden sanctum, which I've never personally seen. No rings, though, unfortunately. The mirror is oddly clean of bloodstains, though the shatter pattern suggests it was broken by someone's fist rather than an accidental natural cause. These look and feel like living flowers, but the face is bone dry. Petals are covered in dry blood. Holding them gives small chills as the hands from earlier, but significantly more muted. Completely empty cabinet covered in bloodstains. Under the UV light, the shelf looks dilapidated as I'd expect it to, but the books are the same as before, plus a bit of blood splatter, manga, video game books, university textbooks, books I'd expect to find in a college dorm, not in the office of an abandoned chapel. From the splatter patterns, the books on this shelf haven't been moved since whatever happened here. The Bible is the only exception. In fact, it's completely spotless, as though it wasn't here with the other books when they were bloodied. Bags of rice now bloodstained, filled with holes, or local roaches and mice have gotten in to feast, much more like I'd expect it to look, almost eerily so. Any more dark rooms that I can go into that might have something waiting for me to read? The room. Okay, so the UV light tells me where to interact with, or there is something I can do to interact with it. Interesting. Okay. So that means that the night, I can interact with the night. Because there's that tiny dot there. I thought it was something on the night, but it's actually the night itself. Item, key item. Can't use the emerald ring, can't use storeroom key. Can use the candle? No need to waste a candle, okay. Long since rotted. bunch of heavy boxes have been dragged up against. There's a faint oil trail on the floor indicating they probably came from the previous room. Item. Candle. Okay. So I can't use the candle on that either. Maybe I should go rake up the other floor again. I don't know why. I'm doing everything that I possibly can to be able to, you know, try to find my way around here without having to look up a guide, because why would I dare look up a guide? Item, map items, rake. It's funny because I can equip the rake, but I can't do anything with it. Which is kind of funny. Can't get past here. Can't do anything with that. Can't even interact with it. Can't interact with that. Can't interact with that. Can't interact with any leaf piles. Huh. There's literally like nothing on the dark part of the wall here. Can't interact with the cobweb. There's nothing on the walls here that say anything. Angel of Love. Light from the UV lamp seems to be refracting through the crystal in an unusual way. The light of the heavens, eh? Not seeing anything but crystal, it clearly has some reaction. Perhaps the sun's rays would shine through it onto something else. So the sun's rays. Item. Equip flashlight. Highly detailed. No, nothing with that. Hey. UV lamp. Use the UV lamp. I can only assume... Wait, this is where the... If that's where the skylight is, maybe that's why. The moon shines overhead through what used to be the window in the roof. It was intact the last time, if I remember correctly, but something obviously broke it. Moon shines overhead. Item. UV lamp. Oh! So this is the panel that opens the hidden compartment is visible under UV light. Interesting. It's likely direct sunlight from the windows work as well, since it was constructed before ultraviolet was discovered. Regardless, if I press here, the ring is here after all. Worrying, but not unexpected. Spectre that haunts these halls clearly wants me to progress onwards. Okay. So then I go over here, use Citron Ring. If only every secret passage in this place worked that smoothly. Secret path. Secret tunnel. There it is again, the feeling tearing into my chest like a frozen knife, this place. Second statue, the root of disaster, finally translating the text on both large statues. Cat was certain there must be a third hidden somewhere deeper in the mausoleum. After weeks of searching, we finally found the emerald ring and then the matching crystal mechanism. Both were hidden in a natural cave formation beyond the mausoleum's walls. And done. The pieces are all properly arranged, and that's all that's left is to insert the emerald ring. You want to do the honors? No, it's your discovery. You should be the one. Hey, you contributed as much. Even if it is my idea, I would never have found this passage without you. But okay, humble Hauser. I'll turn the key, and you can be the first one through the door once we get back here. We'll both get a first out of the great archaeological discovery of the year. It's working. I can hear the gears turning. We did it, Aaron. Of course, that was the moment everything went wrong, and the mechanism, after centuries of disuse, broke somehow. Cat, look out. What? Cat, are you alright? Oh, I'm just peachy. It's just a bit of sealing. I'll be fine. Fruitlessly, I began trying to lift the rubble that had fallen onto her, but she waved me off with her free hand. Aaron, I don't think this place is done falling apart. I can't reach the others on the radio either. You can still move. You have to go and help while you can. But no buts. I told you I'll be fine. Hurry up and get out of here. I'll be back with help. I promise. Don't die on me, Cat. Where the hell am I? Did I take a wrong turn somewhere? Damn it, I can't go back the way I came. It caved in. Just have to keep going. I've been studying this place for a month. I know I can find a way out. Hang on, Cat. Oh boy. I have a minute to figure my way out of here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes to figure out my way out of here. I have this feeling it's this way, up here. Nope. God, am I wrong? Sounds like that cave-in is affecting this area too. I have to hurry. And I run so far away. And I'll run so far. It's getting worse. Come on, the exit has to be close now. Going on here? None of this makes any sense. At the pace I've been running, I should have crossed the entire catacombs twice over. Oop, that was a bad decision, and that was a dead end. Whoopsie. Have to get help. Can't go on. Cat, I'm sorry. Not sure how I managed to get out. Next thing I remember is waking up in the hospital. Cat, Leonard, Thomas. I was the only one that made it out alive. I can barely imagine what it must have been like, trapped down here, waiting for the rescue that never came. Knowing that you're going to die, but unable to do anything but wait until the end for the end to come. I understand why you wouldn't be able to move on properly after something horrible like that. Right, Cat? I know you're here. I can feel it in the air. Show yourself. Cat, I'm sorry. If I had been faster, and if I hadn't lost my way. Quiet. Right, a bit late for an apology, I suppose. Why have you come here, Hauser? I've seen the news, reports of people going missing down here. I thought I could figure out how to move on if I just kept going long enough, but I can't. I thought I must have been crazy, but I know what happened that day wasn't natural. I remember feeling a presence. The presence of this place, and when people started going missing, I had to find out why. I brought along some tools, so to lay you to rest, so you can't hurt anyone else. I'm sorry, this is all my fault, that you died like this. You ended up taking out vengeance on innocent people because I was trying to run from my mistakes. But I'm here now, and I won't leave you alone again. If that's what I have to do, I've come to put an end to all this. Slowly, the apparition of my best friend reaches her hand forward towards my heart, and I prepare to flinch back and flee long enough to try one of the plans I have to exorcise her spirit when it turns violent. But she stops just before touching me. For an agonizingly long moment, I remain staring into the empty voids where her eyes used to be. She then slaps me across the face. Idiot. Before I can react, she lunges forward. I overestimated my reflex and can do nothing to stop her. All I can do is close my eyes and wait for the end. Instead, I feel a familiar weight draped around my shoulders as she buries her ghostly head into my chest and cries. What? 2 years I've been dead. 2 years I've been dead here, and you haven't changed a bit. Well, okay, clearly you've changed, but not enough to stop trying to shoulder all the responsibility alone whether something goes wrong. What am I going to do with you? I don't know. That was a rhetorical question. You're really off your game these days, huh? Taking out my vengeance on innocent people. I've come to put an end to all of this. Are you trying to get me to kill you? If that's what it takes to put things right. Aaron, you know me better than that. Yeah, I died a horrible death, but that's not going to make me become some garden variety Onryo. I have standards. Look, I was just messing with you up there. I have this whole shtick I do. It usually scares off trespassers, so they don't end up coming down here, or at least delays it for a few days. If I'd known I'd mess with you this badly, I'd have tried to just come out and talk the moment you walked in the door. Probably wouldn't have worked, but would have been worth a shot. One of the rooms tried to eat me, Cat. Ah, right, that was me. Not really in charge around here, you know? I just live here, metaphorically. Assuming I believe you, then what is? I mean, you said it yourself. You felt something you couldn't explain during the disaster. I wasn't even dead yet, so it couldn't have been me, right? I thought perhaps you may have bled out faster than I anticipated. My memories of that day are a bit foggy. I remember very little after I left to try to get help. Yeah, I can tell. At least 2 years really haven't been kind to you, have they? I suppose you didn't go to any kind of therapy or anything? The university offered, but sounds about right. You know, I could just tell you, but I think it'd be better if you figure it out yourself. You always did smile the brightest when you had a good mystery to chew on. And if we don't make things interesting enough, you're definitely going to die, and we can't have that. You may have given up on yourself, but I won't. Very well, I'll go along with this theory for now, until such time as it is contradicted by new evidence. I will get to the bottom of this, one way or another, literally, if I have to. Good, now before you go any further, how many candles do you have? I have a few, but my flashlight is still perfectly functional. Not for long, the tomb won't allow it. If you aren't comfortable with it, you'll have to... What you've found so far, you should go back. Once we head onwards south, you'll be committed. I'll take that under advisement. Assume you'll be waiting here? Yep. Can't manifest as well on the surface, unfortunately. That spooky ghost routine took a lot longer to figure out than I would have liked. Okay. So I should equip some candles. I need to waste a candle. Okay, fine. Dude, I thought the chapel was creepy, but this place is way worse. I'm literally surrounded by dead people down here. And now my flashlight isn't working. Luckily, I grabbed some candles that were lying around earlier, but who knows how long those will last. I still have to last another 2 hours down here, or Jack, you will never let me live it down. If only I could save here and keep it as a backup. Come back to this point, and don't have long enough light sources to make it the whole time. I think I have enough to make it if I don't mess up, drop one or something. but having more would give me a margin of error. Too late now, I should have never let them mess with me like this. Over a girl, no less. If I die here, I swear I'm gonna haunt them until the end of their days. That's my cue to save. Okay. So this is the cutoff point. Yep, no more artificial light beyond here. I'm pretty sure UV light will still work, but it won't keep you safe. Safe? You don't want to stand around in the dark down here, trust me, it won't end well. Why do you think there are so many candles lying around? What is this, some kind of puzzle? A test? Perhaps. If I were you, I'd be ready for it. You won't be able to use your flashlight again for a while afterwards. And if you run out of candles... Let's get going. Coming too? Of course, can't give you any answers, of course, but I might be able to get away with some hints. Also, you have any idea how lonely it's been down here? Come on. It'll be just like old times. Except not really, because I'm dead, and you're a bit of a mess, honestly. Are you sure you're up for this? Of course, even if you're telling the truth that you're not responsible, I came here for a reason. I have to find out why people are dying and put a stop to it if I can. And that would be the secret passage I came through. Closing? Yeah, as I said, committed. Not a ton of light, better than nothing. These candles are decent quality, should last for several hours under normal conditions. Of course, these aren't normal conditions, but I still don't expect it to run out soon unless I perform a particularly time-consuming task. Something supernatural in the tomb messes with it. Dead end. Path. Along the wall are names of many people buried in this mausoleum. Although it takes some time and some of your candle strength, you examine this section of wall for anything unusual. Despite the tomb's age, not a single one of the etched names is even remotely damaged except for a single section. Claire, Marjorie, Miriam, Warner, Nellis, Herrera. Candles that someone else probably left while examining the text on the wall. Unfortunately, they're all totally burnt out and unstable. By the light of the candle, you can faintly see what appears to be a note down at the bottom of the empty coffin. The rest of the coffin remains shrouded in darkness despite the light shining upon it. Reach in, go for it. A looming sense of dread you can't quite place causes you to tremble slightly as you lean over to grab the note. Suddenly, a shadow impossibly reaches out of the solid bottom of the coffin and grabs onto your tie. You're able to catch yourself on the edge, and it tries to drag you in. Tie breaks away, and then he tries to pull harder. Gasping, you draw back. The lid slams down from nowhere, nearly decapitating you. You stare blankly, now featureless, the closed coffin before taking a moment to read the note. When the answer is just out of reach, remember yourself. You know, I bought a breakaway tie as a joke. I didn't actually expect you to start wearing it while exploring. The look on your face when I showed up to work with it was priceless, though. And I liked it. It felt professional. Like I was more put together than I actually was. It felt like I'd finally made it. Good luck charm. That meant we were going to accomplish something great together. Aaron? It's just a tie, right? Lucky still be alive. We should get moving again. It's odd that that one is... That's a dead body. Not going towards a dead body. Go up. Go to the right. Go down. Dead body. Not the body of anyone in our group. Bones are too small. A teenager? And this on the wall. Reminds me of a blast shadow. Ash, maybe? No, but similar enough in concept. I wouldn't touch it, though. Wasn't planning on to. I wasn't planning on it. The bones are still totally pristine. There's more of this residue on the ground under it. But none of the skeleton itself. No signs of fire damage either, although the parts of it appear smudged. For a lack of a better term, what the hell happened here? I'd rather not talk about it, if you don't mind. Just try not to get caught out in the dark. If you do, I won't be able to save you. This room loops in on itself, doesn't it? We gave it away. Intuition, presumably one step through, one exits in a certain sequence in order to pass through successfully, but getting it wrong can be quite disastrous. Yeah, pretty much. Not many make it past this. It's pretty easy to get lost, and your candle will be burning down the whole time you're wandering. No bodies, though. Now this room spits you out where you came in from. If you get it wrong too many times, your candle is about to burn out. I think it's so the corpses don't get stuck in here and lost among the funky space warping. Can we go back before that? If you do so before trying any other exit, otherwise you'll be stuck here for a while. Perhaps there are clues in the previous room, also probably best to attempt it with a good candle. Along the wall are names of many people buried in the mausoleum. Although it takes some time, the candle's strength, you can examine the section of floor or anything usual. Despite the tomb's age, not a single one of these names is remotely etched, remotely damaged. Otherwise, nothing jumps out, particular tiles. Moss. Dirt. Death. Nothing there. Okay, I think I got this. West, east, south, east, north, west, north. Finally, any longer in there and I think I would have gone cross-eyed looking at the same hallway for that long. No matter how far you walk, messes with your head. What do you have experience with infinitely looping hallways? In nightmares, maybe? I like walking, but I also like actually getting somewhere. Well, we're here now. How much further now and I'll be back to the crystal chamber. Which reminds me, whatever is lurking in the darkness is going to up the pressure, correct? Yeah, probably. How'd you know? Because I can see it now, faintly. It used to pop up every so often at the edge of the light, but now it's just standing there in the darkness. At the edge of my sight, no matter where I look. It does like to play with its food, yes. As you surmise, the darkness is a lot stronger here. Your candle is going to burn out much faster now, so we have to make every step count. Stupid maze is starting to get on my nerves. I know I could just float through the walls, but honestly, I'd probably just get even more lost in the network here. Don't even want to be here, but I'm sure I'll end up having to make this trip again, with this thing stalking me the whole way, of course. I don't know why it's allowed me to roam when nobody's around for it to consume. Practice, I suppose? Certainly creepy enough, though, that it can't do anything to me. Not exactly a good conversation partner, either. Would be morbid to leave signs for myself at the major intersections with blood from my own corpse. I'm sure it'd notice, but that's what I keep the UV lamp around for. Ooh. So what you're saying is I need to equip the UV lamp a lot in this room. Ouch. That's gonna hurt me. But first I need a new candle. The candle looks like it doesn't have much left. Should I light a new one? Yes. Okay. Yeah, it's getting dark real quickly. Whoa, 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 whoa. UV lamp, UV lamp, UV lamp. You've stood in the darkness for too long. The darkness has come for you. It's reaching inside for you now, filling you. You are full. This is no you. There is no you. It's only darkness. Oh, come on! Come on! I literally had it. Okay. Back here again. I think I finally started to figure out what the deal is and the path to go for this part of the game. Which, thank God for that, because it's driving me nuts. Nightmares, maybe? Okay. South... Wait. The note again. South... West... North... West... South... West... North... West... Down... Left... Up... Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Candle, 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 candle. Crap. Back off, Shadow. Cave in. South. In. Up. Over. Fuck, that was a loop. God, this part is a pain. I only have 2 more candles. Yes. Oh, crap. Left, up, left. Nope, that's not it. Wait. Left. Nope. Left. Nope. Left. Left. Last shot. Negative. But, and that means this one has to count. That's a blocked pathway. That's fantabulous. That's also a dead end. Are you kidding me? You're literally blocking my way, guy. UV lamp. Hi. You've stood in the darkness for too long. Darkness has come for you, reaching inside, filling you. God! Damn it! Holy crap. That took me so fucking long. This is not a very forgiving section. Here we are. Thought I might end up back here as part of the expedition, but it still doesn't feel real. For all that it's plagued my nightmares for years, it's surprisingly mundane. Even the presence suffuses this place seems somehow lighter. Although I don't remember this. A journal left amongst the rubble. Yours, perhaps. No, it's not mine, although I did write in it. It's probably too much to read at the moment, though. 8 days worth of rambling in there. I'm pretty sure there's part of a doctoral thesis in there, too. Thomas's then, perhaps? 8 days of rambling certain sounds like something he'd do. Though how did it end up here, then? It was dropped, forgotten about. I suppose like many things down here, heck. Even I've thought about it. I haven't thought about it in a while. Reading it would have been, well, let's just say I wasn't quite ready for it yet. If funny enough, I don't think I've been back here since then either. Once or twice after I died to take care of something, but other than that, never really had any reason for it. That's another point towards you, actually. Being Catherine's ghost. I can't think of anyone else who would be this blasé about the place where they died. Wait, we've been all this way and you're still not sure if I'm actually me? The hell did you let me follow you all this way for then? Well, I can't exactly observe you to confirm that you are with me. Also, if you are indeed an Onryo or something else trying to mess with me, I figured it'd be easiest to exorcise you if I found your remains first. Although they don't seem to be here. No, they're not. They've been moved by me, actually. The other thing can't disturb them unless something else forces its hand. Ah, yes, the other thing. The shadow that's been stalking us through the darkness. Or perhaps that's also just an inhabitant like you. And there is yet another entity involved. The warped hallway from earlier is far beyond the other capabilities of the shadow creatures shown. Nonetheless, it seems our journey of discovery is in an impasse. I have the emerald ring, but reaching out to the mechanism would be quite difficult, probably lethal. There's an easy solution to that. I can take care of it, just hand me the ring. Very well. See? Nothing to it. What's it gonna do, kill me again? Or it can do that, I guess. Guess we're not quite finished here yet. This place. The hell is this? What, you've been here 2 years and you've never seen this area? And you have? Yes, this is where I got lost trying to find help after the cave-in. If this is a test, I suppose it wishes to see if I will fail you here once more. Aaron, slow down. No, I don't know how large this section is, but it's almost certainly larger than every other combined. I ran for too long. Still couldn't find the exit. Aaron, look around you. The floor paths lead to nowhere. The layout makes no sense. There's not a single plant or spiderweb in sight. What's the purpose of this place? Where are all the crypts, the bodies? There's nothing here except us. I don't know, but I can figure it out after we get out of here. There has to be an exit somewhere. There has to be. Aaron, snap out of it. For the second time today, a cat slapped me. I'm sorry. Should be. You came here to fix things, right? Now, not repeat the same mistakes, so fucking pay attention. Right, you're right. This place. No traces of life, no function or purpose, no rhyme, no reason. Nothing about this place makes any sort of sense. Only reasonable conclusion is that it's not real, supernatural space. It's like a looping hallway from before, except there's no exit. Never stood a chance. It's so close. Hold on to me. Close your eyes. I have one more thing I need to show you. Passage's back is sealed up now. Now that I think about it, why was it open before? Didn't it cave in back when you were trapped? Yes, it did. Come on, let me show you something. Look familiar? So this passageway also caved in. I sort of figured. No, I want you to think. You've seen this before, from this side. Perhaps, but have you looked at that journal yet? No, I was otherwise occupied down in that maze. It's not Thomas, or mine, or Leonard's. It's yours. It does seem to be my handwriting, so I never even left this room. We were trapped here together. Is that what you're saying? Suppose you blacked out the memory while you were comatose in the hospital after rescuers came, and then invented a nightmare scenario where I had an opportunity to save you and failed out of guilt. In reality, I was just as helpless as you. Is that supposed to make me feel better? That it wasn't my fault? That it wasn't just a bad thing that happened beyond my control? You still died, Cat. I held you in my arms. You succumbed to the infection. This whole expedition was my idea in the first place. You wanted to go to Egypt. If I hadn't insisted, then I might very well have died in some tomb in Egypt instead. This job is dangerous, Aaron. We all knew the risks. It's not your fault. You have to stop blaming yourself for... Or what? This tomb is going to kill me? Might do that anyway, but it's clearly wanted you to remember the truth at least. Or it wouldn't have conjured that place up. Well, I've done that. Kind of. What now? Well, the other does hold most of the cards, doesn't it? Probably best to take a break somewhere safer and recuperate. Take some time to put it together. Put together what you figured out so far, you know? Did figure out a shortcut out of here after a while ago. Should work now that darkness seems to have buggered off, but it might be a bit unpleasant. Well, the journey here wasn't exactly a walk in the park either, so go ahead. Alright, hold on. Well, it's better for drying off than a candle, at least. I said I was sorry, and besides, it got us here quickly, didn't it? But it did, although I don't suppose you can explain how you were able to do that. Probably not. Not to your satisfaction, anyway. I do have some limited ability to manipulate this place, but only where the others is not. Yes, I'd gather that much. Okay, that's enough. I finished documenting the journey so far. I assume the path forward is open now? Yep. Alright, then. Once more, into the breach. What do you mean? So this is where the flooding came from. This is section, yeah, unfortunately you have to pass through a bit of a waterfall to keep going. I don't think you'll be able to manage that with a lit candle. Then what do I have to do? It's tomb of ours. Huh, after all the trouble to get here, the sanctum is kinda small. No corpses either, but the two obviously abnormal staircases. I suppose it wants me to find them and bring them back for proper burial. I thought you said it couldn't move them. It can't, but it can't move the spot. It can move the spot they're in. I don't suppose I've earned a question, or at least an appearance? I know you're trying to kill me and all, but we could at least be polite about it. Hard to do with the nebulous presence. Huh, you know, I wasn't actually expecting that to work. So, this is a mysterious other? Such a presence. Feels like a looming dread fused the entire tomb to the point where it magnified to an incredible degree. Just being near it has my heart ready to leap into my throat. Now that's so much stronger. It's much easier to analyze. It does feel a bit similar to your presence, Cat, but colder. A bit more regimented? Yours sort of fluctuates like a warm breath, but still just feels like a weight pressing down on my entire body. I wonder. Distance from the ghostly figure makes no difference, unlike Cat. And of course, it chooses to use her appearance despite being right here with me, perhaps because it has no human appearance of its own. Taking all that into account, most likely the exploration is something like a kami, a spirit of the tomb itself, rather than any one person within it. You figure that out just from its appearance? Not just that, it's a theory I've been considering for a while. I appreciate the confirmation, I suppose, but it's not what I wanted to ask. And on that note, I suppose I should apologize. I was the one to bring up proprietary, yet I'm rambling on when you've been so kind as to grace us with your attention. I yield the floor to you. One question. In that case, if you're a guardian spirit of some kind, why go through all this trouble to make me remember what really happened 2 years ago instead of just killing me for trespassing? Demonstration, your memory is flawed, an imperfect reflection of the true experiences etched upon your souls. That's only the first part of my question. Your demonstration is over, but I'm still alive. Negative. I'm sorry? You are not alive. Well, I certainly still feel alive. Cat, is that something you want to clarify? It's not being literal. It doesn't quite have the same time scale as we do. So what? It can predict the future? I'm going to die soon? What about everyone else you've lured down here? That is another question, but I will allow it for clarity. They were not alive either. So everyone you killed here was going to die soon anyway. I won't say it's impossible to know that for sure, but it seems unlikely. Not certain, just high probable. So you're just fulfilling your own purpose as guardian spirit. Your wires are crossed over when a person should be considered dead. Inaccurate, but sufficient for now. I suppose so. If you already consider me dead, then you'd be in no rush to actually kill me. I suppose I can still play along for now. Well, that's certainly something. Yeah, it can be pretty curt. Especially when it's running on an experiment, which it always is when interacting with me. Otherwise, it won't bother to keep me around. You believe it capable of harming you? Of course, you felt it here. Spiritual weight of both of us, right? It's not even comparable. Then both of our existences are on the line. I didn't expect an opportunity to save you so soon after finding out my previous failure never happened. And what did I just tell you about not shouldering more responsibility than you should handle? I won't have you putting yourself in harm's way to keep me safe, Aaron. You have so much to live for. That's not what I meant. What was it you said back when we started this? Just like old times? We'll figure this out and get out alive. Or unalive in your case. Together. Looking out for each other. For a little while, at least. Yeah, I guess I can get behind that attitude. One last ride, you and I. Save. And double save just in case. There we go. Somehow I survived. I'm still not quite sure exactly what happened that night, but I know for sure that this place is haunted and that I'd beaten it. Of course, I went back and bragged to my friends that I'd passed their stupid dare with flying colors. JQ refused to believe me, but it got me to first base with Yvette, so it was worth it. Till JQ decided he was going to one-up me, and then Marique came to look for him when he didn't show up the next day. Yvette started having nightmares of our friends begging her to come save them, and now I'm back here despite knowing all three of them are probably dead. It let me win. It sounds exactly like Yvette now, promising me we can be safe here together forever. If you find this, tell my parents I love them. Cheryl Gauthier. Massive, highly detailed statue of an angel. Statue's base. Oldest of the three sisters. Verschiel. Angel of life. Bad end. 0 out of 0. 0, 0 of 0. End of content. What? Thanks so much for playing. The final section will be coming very soon. Aww. Alright, I guess this game's not finished. This was this tomb of ours. I guess I'm gonna have to come back to it when it's finished. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Later.